hits him with the swift turn of the elbow. Boom! That nigga sent Beowulf having a few weeks ago. I've been chilling with a friend. A few weeks ago, I'd been chilling with a friend of mine. We were chilling, talking about casual stuff like Mordred from Fate and just FGO characters in general. And we were talking about how good of a character she is. The reason we were doing this was because I had made an FGO tier list, a character kit tier list. And so they had discussed on why they felt that Mordred was their favorite. And Mordred was like in the A tiers for me, but that doesn't really matter for this video. During that time, they mentioned another character who was on the list, but was pretty low. And I said I just liked the way that they were designed. And they said that this character was known as Aoko Aozaki. And they were from the series Witch on a Holy Night. And so they said, you should play this game. This game is gas. I said, you know what? I'll try it out. If you're saying it's good, then it's probably good. I trust you. Did some research. Found out a lot of people actually really like the game. I said, okay. Niggas love it. So I decided, fuck it. Let's try this game. And after a week of playing this game, it became not only the first visual novel that I actually played thoroughly, but it was the only one that I liked and is one of my favorite games of all time now. Now pause real quick. I know what some of you niggas are gonna say. But Trav, you played Doki Doki Literature Club. I said finished. I never finished Doki Doki Literature Club. I know. Get your gasps out there. I never finished it. I'm sorry. I just watched game theory videos and I just moved on. And for the other group of people who will be saying Danganronpa, I don't really count that as a real visual novel, you know what I'm saying? I see that more as like an adventure, story, murder, mystery type of game more than a visual novel. Kind of like Persona, how Persona has visual novel aspects, but it's not a visual novel. Witch on the Holy Night is a real deal visual novel. The only other thing I could maybe consider is like FGO, but even that's not really a visual novel because you use, you do turn-based actions. So Mahoyo or Witch on the Holy Night is the first visual novel I've ever played and ever finished specifically, and I love it. So this video is basically just going to be me talking about how I feel about the game. I'm not necessarily going to go into details about a lot of things. There will be a few spoilers up ahead, so warning if you do want to play the game, which I highly recommend. Go play the game, come back, watch this video, because I think I'm doing a pretty funny way of describing things. So in the novel, it follows three protagonists. Those being the student council president, Aoko Aozaki, the witch who is very reserved, Alice Kanoji, and the boy who lived in the mountains who came to the city, Sojiro Shizuki. Now, this is my first video with a script, so bear with me. I'm kind of freeballing and going with the script at the same time. So, let's just start off where the story begins. So the story starts off with Aoko being called to go to school. She woke up. She was like, I'm sleeping in. I ain't going to no bitch ass school. And they called her, and she was like, maybe if I ignore it, I won't have to go into school. But it kept going. So she went to school, talked to one of the teachers, and then there she met up with Sojiro. And this meeting, the way it's described, the way, and I know, hold on, before I continue, I know niggas gonna say I'm glazing Nasu. I'm sorry, this shit gas. This shit is gas. The way Nasu makes these two characters interact, their first interaction, the way Sojiro and the way Aoko look at each other, the way that Sojiro looks at Aoko and is mesmerized. He sees the confidence in her. He sees, everyone else calls her bossy or rude, and some of them even call her somewhat lazy due to the fact that she's like, I don't even want to come in today, whatever, I just want to do my own thing. And some of her see us as just all around just rude character. But when Sojiro first saw her, he felt so entranced, the way she walked, the way she talked, everything about her just made shit look crazy. It felt like a spark. It literally says, as you can see right here, it literally says it felt like time had stopped. And Sojiro mentions that this is the first time he's felt this way. So, Aoko's supposed to take Sojiro and, take him out and be like, alright, I'm going to show you around the school. And so the funny part about it is that Alco's reaction is nothing like Sojo. She's like, really gotta show this bitch ass nigga around the school on my day off. So safe to say, the first encounter between the two people was different. Nah, like the two did not experience each other the same way. Okay, it wasn't a, you know what I'm saying. But little did they know that this meeting that they would have would play a large role in their lives coming up. Now, before we continue, I also want to also mention that I have indeed played other Nasu games. On other Nasu games, I mean FGO. I've watched the Fate anime, but I've only played FGO. So this is technically my first Nasu visual novel. I haven't played Fate. I've watched the anime, but I never played the actual game. Why? Because the game is long as shit and there's 3 routes to do. So I'm not doing that yet. But I learned this game was 20 hours or so. And so I said, okay, I'll play this game. So anyway, like I said earlier before, this will also not be a full review of the game. Simply just moments that I found interesting. So let's skip a few chapters. So Aqua and Alice, who are both mages, which you gotta play the game to understand. I'm not explaining all that. That shit is a lot to explain. Are trying to kill this doll thing in this park, right? Alright. So Alco is able to shoot that nigga down. And she's like, boom, she shoots like a blue light at the guy, okay? And then they see a figure. Alice and Alco assume it's the person that's like behind the, dolls and the puppets, right? So obviously Alco, who's like the brass, hot-headed, attacker, is running after. He's like, hey, come here, bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? She chasing after. But then they're like, wait a minute, it doesn't make sense, because how come Alice didn't sense them coming in? Because Alice had a bounded field, and obviously if you created a bounded field, if someone came in and they had, magical energy, you'd probably sense them. So they learned that it's actually just a normal ass nigga. They're like, you know what? We gotta kill this nigga now. And so a few days later, they're trying to figure out who it is, and they're like, oh, it's Sojiro. And this is bad, because Alco sees Sojiro, like Sojiro, he's kind of like he's an off person, because he lived in the mountains his entire life, so he doesn't know anything about the city. He doesn't know what a school is, he doesn't know anything about classes, he doesn't know about flirting, he doesn't know about any of that. He's just he don't know, he's like a brown newborn baby. He don't know nothing, right? And so it's like, wow, I don't want to, kill this nigga. Alco even says, like, I don't know if I have the scene up right now, but Alco literally says, like, if it was literally anyone else, I'd probably be able to kill him like it's fucking nothing, but I just can't kill him. But that's not what she says, like, to other people. She's like, I'm gonna kill that nigga. Not only did he ruin my day off, but he broke one of the big laws of magecraft. I gotta kill this nigga. But obviously we know deep down she doesn't actually want to kill him. Now this is important later on. This whole notion of killing someone and not killing someone is very important. So Akko tells Sojiro, who is just getting used to living in the crazy life, the city life, you know what I'm saying? Got a few friends now, people in the class talking to him, working jobs. She's like, come to this old abandoned amusement park. You know what I'm saying? And Sojiro's like, seems normal enough. So he goes. He goes there, and he's over there like, what's happening? And then he's told he has to die. Akko's like, I'm gonna kill you, nigga. Scene between Alco and Sojiro plays out, where Alco is shooting bullets, you know what I'm saying, boom, 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 and you know what I'm saying, Sojiro is somehow able to dodge them, and so eventually Sojiro makes it into this mirror area where originally Alco was supposed to trap him in there, and he was trapped for a moment.
Boom! 今の小バカにした笑いがあんたの遺言ってことで OK？
いや、そうじゃなくて、あそこにいる人は青崎の友人なのか？
はあ？あんた何言って。 人形
What's good, nigga? After the fact, right? They're able to run around and trick around, and basically, Sojiro basically comes up with a deal with Alco and is like, Alco, if I'm able to help you kill that thing, you can't kill me. Alco's like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? But she agrees. She's like, okay, deal. Eventually, they come up with this plan, but the plan fails because the doll is supposed to go after Sojiro. But it's not going after Sojiro. It's going after Alco, who's going to the basement to try and destroy the entire building down. But it's just not happening because, the doll's following them. But through multiple different tricks, Alco, being a very good, and talented person, is able to make it near the end. However, that motherfucker, the doll is relentless. That nigga is chasing down Alco. And Alco's like, oh shit, this building falling down, this shit chasing me. Sojo's probably escaped. I just gotta make it. But she can't. And the doll spreads its hand. It's about to attack Alco and kill her. She's about to trip and fall. Sojiro comes in with the, we gotta make it out of here. And he's booking it. They booking it together. They make it out. And we're all like, oh my god, that was goated. Like those two, like that scene, that sequence right there, that small little section, that's all one chapter. That was all so good. And I was like, wow, I wonder, okay, Alco, Sojiro kept his promise. Like they did defeat the thing. And he did save Alco, so, now should be good.
アリス
And then we have the witch appearing in person. Now, Alice is a stickler for the rules. You know what I'm saying? So, when Alice found out and was like, Alco, you're not going to kill him? Alco was like, nah, nigga, I kind of mess with this nigga a little bit. I can't kill him. Like, oh, word? Alright. Let's see if I'm gonna just kill both of you then. And Soju was like, huh?
うっそ いいわごっこ遊びをしましょう
And then, now they're put into this thing called Flat Snark, right? And Flat Snark, I'm gonna skip over a lot of the stuff that happens because it's a lot to explain. It's a lot that's going on in this section. But the part that you really need to focus on is near the climax and ending. So, a brief explanation. Flat Snark is basically Alice taking control of multiple different fairy tale stories that go around in the planet and bringing them to life. So it's an amusement park that's full of, different types of, fairy tale type things. It's just a perfect place for it. Now, the issue is Flat Snark isn't listening to Alice anymore. And basically, Sojiro has this egg following him around. The egg is supposed to represent Humpty Dumpty, right? And it's following him around. And if he stops looking at it, it will blow up, right? So, they end up getting near the end of the park to escape Alice. And there's a big, long fence of walls that is blocking their path. And Alco's like, I can blow these up. I'm tired as fuck because I just fought a doll and I've been blasting these little breadsticks. But I can handle it, nigga. And Sojo's like, I'm not letting you die here alone, nigga. Oh, he's so goated. I'm not letting you die here, nigga. I'm not. And she's like, I'll just make the path, I'll blow it to smithereens and then you can just go through. No. I'm not allowing it. And this moment is so good because even though to anyone else it's like, oh, he's just being a regular protagonist, there's nothing special about it. The fact of the matter is, unlike most other protagonists, Sojiro genuinely doesn't know anything. If you play the game, you decide to play the game or watch a playthrough, he literally, when I tell you he knows nothing, he knows nothing. He knows nothing of magecraft. But to him his aspect of like seeing magecraft and then seeing, because he's new to the city, he's never been to a city, so to him it's like magecraft is just normal, like it's just normal. There's nothing like, it's just normal in the city. It's like it doesn't bother him. He's like, I mean, magecraft, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, the city's like magecraft to me, so you know, it's nothing. So this scene happens, and then there's this beautiful scene with Aoko basically telling them a plan of what they're going to do. Then we cut to this nigga Sojiro running up the fucking what are those shits called? This is why you need a script, nigga. Running up a roller coaster, and the egg is still following him. And then he cuts back to the thought, and this sequence is so beautiful. Aoko basically does a spell in which he tells Sojiro, you know, this will make it so you're not scared of heights. You won't be scared of the heights coming up. They're like, okay. Alice is looking around. Alice is like, you know, Alice has this little bird, Robin, and that motherfucker's chirping around. He's like, hey, nigga, Alice, you know what I'm saying? These niggas are fucking up, you know what I'm saying? And Alice is like, why'd they split up? Does Aoko think she can take me on by herself? She thinks she can take on Flat Snipe. And then she's like, Flat Snipe, tell him how it is. And Flat Snipe's like, fuck up, nigga. Alice is like, what you mean? Flat Snipe, what you doing? Flat Snipe's like, nah, I'm taking both these niggas down. Matter of fact, all you niggas dying. And Alice was like, oh shit. Well, and so Aoko looks up, and basically they were looking for the weakness for Flat Snipe, right? I didn't mention that earlier, but they were looking for the weakness, and the only one who was able to realize it was Sojiro. And guess what the weakness is? The fucking moon. The one thing that's out of place. It's supposed to be a new moon, but the moon's full, so they gotta take out the moon. So what happens is, Aoko can't obviously destroy the moon from the ground, because, you know, the distance between the Earth and the moon is fucking humongous. And so she's like, okay, Sojiro, go to the top of the roller coaster, throw my hair so that it can make a little, you know, magical circle that can allow me to, you know, use my strength to not only push past the limits of, you know, going through the Earth and going towards the moon. And so that was his job. But it was a dangerous job, because not only is he on a cliff, but he has this fucking egg following him out. But he does that, and he throws her hair. He throws her hair, and then Aoko's like, I bet. You know what I'm saying? She gets ready. And this whole sequence, bro, of her getting ready to attack is just so beautifully done. It's so amazing. The art is amazing. I was sitting here thinking, bro, it's a visual novel. There's no way they're gonna make like action scenes look fire. They made action scenes look fire, nigga. I didn't even think it was even possible the way they did it. Regardless, I then was witnessing Aoko doing her special move. She fires the beam, and Flat Snipe's like, get that bitch on, bitch ass nigga, and throws this big ass icicle. And Aoko's over here like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? But she's the GOAT. He remembers she's Aoko Aozaki, the GOAT, the heir to the Aozaki family. And she says, fuck that icicle. And through a large amount of internal monologue that's also just beautiful, we see the interaction between Red Death, which is very important later on. We see her blast with all her might. She says, fuck the pain going through me. I can handle this later on. Right now, if I don't beat that thing, it's over. We're all gonna die. I'm not letting that shit slide. And she eventually blows through that icicle and destroys Flat Snipe. But there's also a problem. So Sojiro's at the top, and he's looking down, and he's like, damn. That's crazy. Like, she's really hitting. She's like, oh, damn. He's looking at this all go down. He's like, damn, my bad, queen. Maybe she was going to kill me. And then he starts to realize, like, damn, if she wanted to kill me, she really could have killed me. Like, you see all this? She could have definitely killed me. But there's a problem. That fuck-ass doll is back. But Aoko can't see it because Aoko's battling Flat Snipe. So Sojiro who's a regular ass human. He's just a normal person. He starts booking it and dies. You know what? Just listen to the song. Just listen. This sequence of music. I listen to this every day I go on a walk now. That's another thing that I'll mention later on. The music in this game is just phenomenal. It's just amazing. Eventually, Sojiro is able to run, jump onto Humpty Dumpty, crash it down to the ground. Humpty Dumpty explodes. And while Aoko is tired, beat up because, you know, she just used all her magic power to defeat Flat Slark, destroy the fucking moon. She's on the floor. She doesn't know what to do. She's like, well, you know, hey, at least I defeated Flat Slark. Sojiro comes in, runs, jumping. He's running. He's running. You guys can't see me right now, but I'm doing the movement. He's running. You can see it on the screen. He's running. He grabs Aoko, jumps over to the side, and the doll ends up falling apart along with everything else. The explosion that occurs from Humpty Dumpty crashing to the ground kills the doll, destroys the doll. Flat Slark is defeated, and everyone is happy. And then we get an amazing scene. So, for a little context, because like I said, I don't want to explain everything. Basically, the vice president basically told Aoko that Sojiro likes her, which he was wrong. Sojiro doesn't love her in the sense of, I have a crush on you, but rather he admires her. He finds her interesting. He sees her in a way other people don't see her. Aoko didn't know this. Aoko was just like, oh great, he has a crush on me. And after everything that happened, she's like, I'm sorry, I can't date you. And Sojiro's like, nigga, when the fuck did I say I want to date you? And Aoko's like, bitch ass nigga, punches her. And the way I'm explaining it makes the scene sound a little crazy, but it really is just an amazing scene. Now let's skip ahead near the end. Now, I know what you niggas about to say again. Bro, you just skipped the whole story. Why are you skipping the whole story, bro? What the fuck are you doing? Listen, this game is 20 hours. I don't want this video to be too long. But basically, skip near the end. Aoko has a sister, right? And Aoko's sister wants to learn about true magic. True magic is basically like real magic, like basically getting into touch with God. There's 4 stages of true magic, and only 4 people in the entirety of the earth have interacted and gotten true magic. However, we don't know where they are. Also, whenever you gain a way to get to the root, which is where magic comes from, true magic comes from, it closes off. So each person has to find another way. We know, I think in lore, I'm pretty sure we know who the third one is. No. Yeah, we know who the first and the third one are, but we don't know who the second and fourth are. Now, a certain someone here has 5th magic. Guess who it is? Aoko Aozaki. But another issue is that basically Aoko's sister is the one who's been sending the dolls towards Aoko and Alice. She wants to take over the area that Aoko and Alice are reigning over, which is the city they live in. And so through multiple different searches, she's eventually gone and attempted to defeat them. And she did, nearly bringing them to death, in which we get multiple beautiful scenes. Also, Sojiro is now living with them. But, like I said, you guys got to play the game. I'm not going to explain everything to you. Now there's this wolf, Beowulf. This is a wolf that came all the way back from the Age of Gods. And so obviously, I don't know about you, but no random mage is going to be able to beat Beowulf. And so after getting their asses beat, they decide tonight's the last night, because if not, As my sister Toko is gonna go and take over this place, and she's gonna try and get her hands on this area, and that will just end up horribly. So, they're beat up. Sojiro saved Alice when she got her ass kicked, which is also a beautiful scene. But I want to focus after this part, Alex. I won't spoil anything else after this part, but I just have to give my boy Sojiro props. This guy Beowulf rocks the floor with Alice, rocks the floor with Aoko. And I'm over here. I was reading this. I was like, holy shit, nigga. Aoko better use fifth magic to beat this nigga ass, because if not, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. Sojiro was supposed to stay behind inside of a church where the two were resting, but obviously he did not, because that nigga is the GOAT. Now, he goes over, he sees Beowulf. Beowulf is looking at this nigga like, oh, this fresh meat, nigga. This just a regular person. He don't know no magic. He don't know nothing. This nigga, bitch. Sojiro ignores him. Now that nigga getting mad. He like, hey, nigga, what you doing? You know I'm the one who took them down, right? Nigga don't listen. He's looking at Aoko. He's like, Aoko, you good? I was like, you fucking dumbass. What the fuck are you doing here, nigga? Sojiro's like, hey, man. It's gonna be alright. That nigga Beowulf is mad. How dare that nigga ignore me? How dare he? Do you know who I am? Sojiro turns around. He's like, who is this little ass child behind me? Who the fuck is this? Beowulf's like, alright, nigga. We gonna see who's a child. That nigga start transforming. He's turning into a beast. Beowulf has never been defeated. Ever. He's been around since the age of gods. I'm talking Mesopotamian area. That nigga has never been beaten. He's never tasted defeat. And I'm seeing Sojiro. I'm like, Sojiro, no, nigga. Nigga, you can't beat this nigga. Who couldn't beat him? This couldn't beat him. What are you doing, nigga? This nigga. Hits him with the swift turn of the elbow. Boom! That nigga sent Beowulf having a traumatized experience. He didn't even know what to do with himself. He was on the ground. How could a regular ass nigga do this to me? And Sojiro he just looks at him. You really are just a dog. I hate dogs. Just raw dog peak fiction. That is just amazing. But guys, that's all. I just want to talk about how much I like this game so much. This game is so good. I love it with all my heart. If you guys want me to do more like ghetto reviews, I don't even know what the fuck you could even call it. It's just me talking about how much I like the game and like mini voice acting of what characters might say. Let me know down in the comment section down below, and make sure you freeze that like button, guys. If you guys do want to play this game, I highly recommend it. It is on Steam, it's on PlayStation, it's on Switch. I highly would recommend this game to anyone who's interested in typemoon, anyone who likes fantasy, anyone who likes magic type stuff, or anyone who's just looking for a new game to play, something not really too long, nothing too short, something to fill your mood. These three protagonists are one of my favorite characters of all time now. Aoko is literally the GOAT. I have Aoko as my profile picture on Twitter. I have her as my profile picture on Discord. She's literally one of my favorite characters, and she's even made it into top 5 favorite typemoon characters. And that is pretty hard because FGO, you know what I'm saying, got some bangers. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to play mahoyo. And with that, guys, I'm going to see you guys later.